Trip to Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden was held on the 2nd of May. The program is called For Cherish Biological Resources Exploration Tour, which is the e-Pioneer project for promoting sustainable consumption of biological resources. This project is funded by Sustainable Development Fund. Here is the content of Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden. We talk about the relationship between KFBG and sustainable consumption of biological resources. We talk about the shuttle bus service, the recommendation of restaurant, which is the Sun Garden Cafe, and then the recommendation of activity. Lastly, we will talk about how to access there. Kadoorie Farm is a conversation and education center. It spreads over 148 hectares of land and is located on the northern slopes and foothills of Hong Kong's highest mountain, which is the Tai Mo Shan. Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden was established in 1956 to provide agriculture aid to farmers in need of support to help them lead independent lives. Today, reflecting the changing times, KFPG plays an active role in promoting the conservation of biodiversity in Hong Kong and South China, allied with sustainable agriculture and creative nature education. Here are the Q&A section. The first question asking Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden is located on which mountain? A. Tai Mo Shan. B. Lion Rock. C. Victoria Peak. And D. Feng Wan Shan. The first question, the answer is A. Tai Mo Shan. Second question is asking Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden was established in A. 1997. B. 1984. C. 1956. D. 1978. Second question answer is C. 1956. We will talk about the relationship between KFBG and sustainable consumption of biological resources. What are biological resources? Biological resources refer to all living organisms that fulfill humans' fundamental needs, such as clothing, food, fuel, paper, and medicine, etc. Animal resources include insects, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. And plant resources include trees, shrubs, and herbs. Lastly, microbial resources like bacteria. Sustainable consumption is not about avoiding the use of biological resources. It is about making choices and consuming the resources in a reasonable manner so that present and future human needs can be met while the natural environment is protected. What we should do are to harmonize our relationship with the environment, a world in which people live sustainably with respect for each other and nature. Secondly, we have to be fair and accountable, valuing socially equitable systems that protect the health of the planet, the people and their way of life, protecting future generations.
Hi. You're so smart, man. เร็วแรงเหรอ Happy 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 Happy.
Also one of the sustainable consumption of biological resources of KFBG. The Fauna Conservation Department was established in 1994 to establish programs for wildlife rescue, endangered species conservation, protected area management, and public education.
Wow.
望到我哋，
佢個鼻有塊葉啊！
佢都望緊我哋，上嚟咯，捉咗我哋咯。你之前會撞埋嘅。The other department for sustainable consumption of biological resources of KFBG is the Flora Conservation Department, FLO, which focuses on maintaining KFBG's public display areas, conserving native plants, and restoring degraded forests in Hong Kong and the wider Intro-Burma region. The Sustainable Living and Agriculture (SLA) department was established in 2006 to promote community transition to low-footprint lifestyle to address the root causes of the environmental crisis. Now we will talk about the shuttle bus service in Kadoorie Farm. For the people who want to take the shuttle bus service and take a closer look to the Kadoorie Farm and the Botanic Garden, you have to see the timetable for the shuttle bus service. Here is the reference of the timetable for the shuttle bus service.
This tour will last about 1 hour and 25 minutes. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the beautiful natural scenery. You can choose to alight at any of the 5 bus stops to experience close contact with nature. At each bus stop, there will be 10 to 15 minutes for you to get off and explore the area before rejoining the bus. We are committed to conserving nature, promoting low-carbon living, and connecting people to nature to help them find peace and happiness.
The first destination we visit is the Fern Walk. The Fern Walk have more than 130 different kinds of ferns, adorn the trees, the rocks, and the undergrowth of the walk. The second places to visit is the Orchid Heaven. The Orchid Heaven include a wide variety of orchids, including both native species and those from the wider Indo-Burma region. This orchid garden shows us the native orchid diversity. The third place to visit is the Gloria Barreto Orchid Sanitary, which sits high on the hillside. The entrance to the pavilion is a moon gate which forms a picture frame, with the Kun Yum San as the subject. The Gloria Barreto Orchid Sanitary was built in 1997 to commemorate the founders of KFBG, Sir Horace and Lord Lawrence of Kadoorie. The twin roofs symbolize the close bond they enjoyed as brothers, though they were not twins. The fourth place to visit is Kun Yam San. At the gateway to the summit are the dragon and phoenix pillars, symbolizing prosperity, longevity, and harmony. Kun Yam San is about 550 meters above the sea level. The Kun Yam San see out over much of the new territories, and on a clear day, the skyscrapers of Shenzhen and Shek-O. The third question is asking, from Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden, you can climb to the summit of A. Daidong-shan, is B. Kun Yam San, B. Feng-o-shan, D. Dongyun-shan. The third question answer is B. Kun Yam San. From Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden, you can climb to the summit of Kun Yam San. Location we'll visit is the Butterfly Garden. The Butterfly Garden, perched on a ridge overlooking the Lam Chin Valley, KF Beach's Butterfly Garden, was created to attract some of Hong Kong's more than 2,040 species of butterflies and 2,000 species of moths. Over 171 butterfly species and 1,300 moth species have been recorded. The sixth location we will visit is the Jim 8 Raptor Sanitary, to rescue and rehabilitate sick and injured birds of prey and release those that fully recovered back into the wild. Disabled and imprinted birds that have gone through the rescue process but cannot be released. Some of these birds are relaxed and steady enough to be considered for education exhibit. The Sun Garden Cafe serves delicious and healthy vegetarian dishes, and also snacks and drinks. It is run by our partners from the New Life Psychiatric and Rehabilitation Association. Here you can see the menu of the Sun Garden Cafe. For the activity recommendation is the woodwork demonstration. KFBG's woodwork instructor would demonstrate the making of simple wood products on site by using recycled wood in KFBG. Visitors can observe the process of woodworking. Wood products will also be available for purchase for the date and the time, first Thursday and Sunday on every month, and also the time is between 9:30 to 12:30 or 1:30 to 4 o'clock. The venue is the plaza of Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden. If you want to access to the Kadoorie Farm, there are two ways to go to there. First, you can take the MTR by East Rail. Secondly, you can take the MTR by West Rail. Finally, you can also take the bus to Kadoorie Farm. If you want to take the MTR to East Rail, you have to take the train to Tai Po Market or Tai Wo, and then get on the 64K bus towards Yuen Long West. Ride for 20 to 25 minutes near the top of the extremely steep hill, then get off at the Kadoorie Farm bus stop. If you want to take the MTR West line, you have to take the train to Kam Sheung Road. After that, you have to get on the 64K bus towards Tai Po. Ride for 15 minutes. After the extremely steep hill, get off at the Kadoorie Farm bus stop. Finally, if you want to take the bus to Kadoorie Farm, you have to take the 64K bus, which runs between Tai Po and Yuen Long West. then at last get off at the Kadoorie farm bus stop. After participants going to Kadoorie farm, they need to sign this charter to promise they will continue the sustainable living as follows. So here is the charter of sustainable living. They can learn to continue the sustainable living. So the first they can learn is reduce. We do use the necessary products and pollutions in our daily lives. Secondly, they can learn replace. Try to use more environmentally friendly and also sustainable products to replace the high biological resources consumed products. Thirdly, they can learn how to repair. We should keep the repairable product and fix it in order to reduce resources consumption. We can also learn how to reuse and recycle. For reuse, when purchasing or using items, consider the durability and possibility of reuse. Use as much as possible to reduce the consumption of more biological resources. Last but not least, we can also recycle the resources and reduce the consumption of biological resources during the production. Here is our reference for our Kadoorie Farm and Botanic Garden visit.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for your all participation and thank you for watching.